Hey guys, welcome back to Trading with Sarah. I hope you guys are all doing great. In today's video, we're going to analyze the price of Bitcoin together. Okay, so let's get started. Today has been a very interesting day, okay, for Bitcoin. Bitcoin made some pretty interesting move. Actually, it started that yesterday when it arrived at around 47,900. It was so close to getting to 48,000. I'm looking at the Binance chart here. So Bitcoin made it all the way to 47,972. And then from there, it received massive rejection. We dumped all the way from 47,972 to 44,748. Now, this is something that I expected to happen. I even told you guys about it in my last video from yesterday, right? I told you guys that, hey, watch out, Bitcoin is most likely heading to 48,000. And then once it gets to 48,000, expect to see some type of dump from there, okay? This is exactly what happened. Now, Bitcoin did not exactly get to 48,000, but it was very close, okay? It was very close. It made it to 47,972, and then from there, it just received massive rejection. Like, let me show you guys in the 3 or 5 minutes time frame. So look at that. And just within 5 minutes, Bitcoin literally dropped from 47,972 to 45,600. That's crazy, right? But this is something that I expected to happen. Why? Well, because 48,000 is a very strong resistance for Bitcoin, both on the horizontal level and the vertical level, okay? So if you can see here on my chart, I do have a green upward trend line, okay, which it was using it as support, okay, back when it was at 36,000. That's when it began forming this upward trend line, and it was using it as support. That's how Bitcoin was going up, and then you can see Bitcoin broke it. It broke out of that green trend line here back in December 17, and it broke out, broke back in, and then broke out again. Yeah, this was like, it's a trend line that I would not like 100% rely on when it comes to like going long, because you can see how Bitcoin broke out of it broke back in, broke out again. However, ever since Bitcoin broke out of this green upward trend line, ever since it broke out of it the second time, it's now been acting as resistance for the price. As you can see, whenever the price will come near this green trend line, it received massive rejection, okay? So this is the vertical resistance that I'm talking about, okay? So we have this vertical resistance, which you can see anytime Bitcoin comes near it, it receives massive rejection. This is what happened yesterday. The reason why Bitcoin got massive rejection is because it was able to hit that green trend line, okay, which is huge resistance. So that's why we got rejected, and then we started dumping very hard, okay? Now, when we were dumping, I saw this and I was like, there's a chance that we might actually start dumping lower, possibly to like 43,000, 42,000. But however, surprisingly, Bitcoin was able to find massive support around 44,000, 44,300 to be more precise. It found some huge support from there, and then it's been able to make it back to 47,000. I was kind of surprised to see that. I did not really expect that to happen, but it did happen, okay? Now that Bitcoin made it to 47,000 again, a second time, okay, it ended up getting rejected once more. Now that it got rejected, it now formed this double top, okay? This is the 1 hour time frame I'm looking at. And we have this double top, okay, which Bitcoin seems to be printing. Now, this is a bearish pattern. And because of this, okay, there's a higher chance that the price of Bitcoin might actually begin to dump, okay, might begin to dump back down to 43,000 or so, okay? Now, yeah, so this is one thing that might cause the price to dump back down, you know? So it might be a good trading opportunity to short the price of Bitcoin, set your stop loss above 48,000, you know, entering from anywhere between 47,200 and 47,500. You know, it might be a good shorting opportunity, but it's a bit risky because of this. I'm going to go to the daily time frame to tell you why it's risky. Now, the reason why this might be risky, like shorting from 47,000 and all that, the reason why it's risky is because if you look at the daily time frame, Bitcoin is technically still bullish, okay? We're still bullish because we broke out of this downward trend line, okay? The one in red that I have on my chart here. So Bitcoin broke out of it. So this is a bullish pattern. And as long as Bitcoin remains outside of this downward trend line, it is going to be able to continue moving higher, okay? And you can even see that this daily candle that just closed today is also bullish, okay? So it's a bit risky to try to short Bitcoin right now. Yeah, I would not really attempt it. I mean, you can take the risk, but I would not attempt it. If you are not in a trade, you know, you're thinking about buying Bitcoin, going long and stuff like that, you know, even then, right now, I would say it's still a bit risky because there's a chance the price could dump. Okay, there's a chance the price could dump. So going long right now would not make sense. It would not make any sense. The level where I feel like would be a good area to go long is if we see like either an 1 hour candle closing above 48,300, you know, then this would be a good place to go long. If you did not go long at around 43,700 or around 44,300, then going long right now is a bit risky. You never want to buy in the middle of the trend. You know, you don't want to buy when the price has already pumped by a lot. You usually want to buy when the price has dropped. You know, when the price has dropped a lot, that's when you want to buy. You don't want to buy when the price has already pumped a lot. And the same is when you are selling. You never want to sell when the price has dropped a lot already. Once the price has already dumped a lot, that is not when you should be entering your short. You should be entering your short at the top when the price is at its highest, at its peak. That's when you go short, okay? So in this case, you know, going short would make more sense than to go long. But I would honestly wait for, you know, if I look at the 5-minute time frame, it looks like Bitcoin, Bitcoin might try to go back to 47,000 once more. And then if we get rejected there again, then this might provide a good opportunity to go short. But until that happens, you know, I'm staying out of the market. Okay, I'm staying out of the market. I was in a long position when Bitcoin broke out of this. What is it? Yeah, when Bitcoin broke out of this downward trend line, I was actually in a long trade, and I decided to close my trade once the price of Bitcoin arrived at around 47,900. I just closed my trade, and now I'm just waiting to see another good entry. Okay, so yeah, guys, this is it for the analysis. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not yet subscribed, and also join the Telegram group to stay connected. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.